Within storage, few things we will be seeing. So then let's do some practical only. We should not go theoretical today. Let me show you something practical part. Let me know if you are seeing my screen. Visible, right? To everyone. Okay. So now what exactly we are going to try? We have actually uh, do many things via this way. See via UI or via console actually. I have talked one thing with you on that day about AWS CLI. Remember? Within the class, I have talked about the AWS CLI. So that particular thing, when we talked about, so that also falls under this AWS S3 only because most of the things in the CLI can be done by AWS this one only. So let's do some hands-on today. So getting into the Mumbai region. So there are one way where you can deploy the EC2 instance also, and without EC2 also EC2 instance also you can deploy. But we will see a scenario where we will be deploying an EC2 instance first, and then we will see a scenario. So let's say getting to EC2 instance, okay, and so many security rules are there. Delete these things first. Delete. Okay, that instance. Let's do launch instance and just give it as a name. Just pro test. We'll give it as a name. Test server. Okay. Let's maintain now naming convention. And Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux. Let's give it as a name. Test server. Till now, what we are doing it, we are doing it via UI. So this is also we'll do with the UI first, and then I will show you how you can do now with the commands or everything with this command line only. This is the default VPC. Subnet. Take the existing security group. Rest thing is default. Let's launch our instances. Arigo is also facing a similar issue while deploying EC2 instances. It is getting that slow. Earlier, it was not that much slow. Bit slow. Recently, it's happening. Mhm. Come on. Okay. Time. Just let me open the sessions. If it is not coming fastly, okay. Okay. Running. Let's try public IP address and get into session. SSH. We want username. Let's see what the security group is configured or not. Okay, get into inbound. It is configured with 4920 customer. 49207219. Okay, I think some another network. Let's switch this to my IP. Make it safe. C2 C instances. Damn, it's a bit slow. It's shocking actually. If clouds behave this way, a bit strange actually. Not a good sign. C2. Don't use private key and then the selector key. So okay. Sudo. Fine. Oh, this is something you are into the server right now. You enter. Fine. Now, what exactly we have to try from here? We have to try deploying an EC2 instance, deploying an EC2 instance from here only, from this Linux machine only. Everyone got the requirement? We are not going here. We will deploy the machine from here only. Everyone clear? Yes or no? Before I'll proceed further. Before I'll proceed further, does everyone is clear? Now you are not going to the cloud.
Yes, Achilles.
Clear? No. When we do a creation of anything into the Linux machine to cloud, this is actually the standard format. Our companies also follow this format only to deploy in many of the companies. What exactly it happened? Let's say so there will be we will be needing a AWS CLI. AWS CLI is a tool to communicate it. AWS CLI is a tool to communicate it. But when we say AWS CLI is a tool to communicate it, in that particular scenario, you need some credentials, right? You need some credentials to connect it. Before that, AWS CLI was a generic tool. Earlier, the CLI was not. Earlier, it was coming like outside. You have to download the AWS CLI. But now onwards, what exactly happened? This CLI is getting bundled. CLI is getting bundled with the servers only. So I'll just say AWS hyphen version. Let me pick it. Let me pick. Okay. So if you see over here, the AWS CLI version is 2.51530. Python is also already bundled. Linux is also bundled with something, and this is a source. So this is already bundled into the system or the environment where you can able to deploy. Now, for example, if I am telling that okay, I have to connect it from here. Now I'm telling I have to connect it from here. Then how I can log into console? How I can log into console? What will be the strategy over there? How I can do that? In that scenario, thus I am going to enter my email ID, my email ID, DevOps with Ranjit, my email ID DevOps with Ranjit, or like just as a username as in DevOps with Ranjit. Password. Does I need to go in this way? The answer is no. We are not going in this one. This configuration, whatever we are going to try or we are going to log in, it can follow a mechanism called security credentials. We need to generate these security credentials. Okay, we need to generate the security credential. So how we will be creating a security credential, that you can see over the first part. So let's assume you are into this one instances. Generally, creation of security credentials is not the recommended approach. Okay, for the root user, you can create it for an IAM user, but you have not learned IAM user, so I'm not talking about IAM user. So what exactly you have to do it? You have to go to your naming convention, Ranjit Saini. Okay, Ranjit Saini, you have to go ahead and just click on security credentials. Just click on Ranjit Saini and go into the security credentials. My website is lower what? Internet is fine. Okay, so going to this one, you can go and see access keys over there. Make it nice, create access key. See what exactly I did it. I just came to Ranjit Saini and I just create on security credentials. Okay, and then over here you can see this option as an access key. Okay, access key is basically use a programmatic way, a programmatic call to connect to the AWS. Fine. So just click on create access key. Even AWS is also telling that root user keys are not recommended because if I can get a key of your account, I can able to do whatever I can want it in your account. So once you're done with your part, you have to just delete it. This one. Okay. Got it, Girish? Able to understand? So just pass create access key over there. Once you do create access key, what will do? You will get a key over here. So pass access key first and keep it saved with you. Okay. Keep it saved with you and just click on show. Just click on show. Okay. And you have to have this key also that is called as a secret key, which is also should be there. So this is like an entry gate now for you. So for an example, you have a lock. Okay. You have a lock and now you should be having both of the file. Should be having both of the file. So let's if you go into download sections, go to downloads and just open this root server .pum. So here you can see you have the credentials available, AWS key and 6 key. So this is now your user credentials. Got it? This is your user credentials which you are going to use it. So now let's say make it as, let's add a tab color and make it as a base server. So let this is your base server. Well, let's give it as a base server. Let's say deploy it. Base server as a deployment for this particular thing. Now what exactly we are doing? Now everything is configured. Everything is like you're starting creating a base to set up a deployment over there. To set up a deployment issue instance over there. There. Okay. So in that particular scenario, what exactly you have to do now? Now you have to pass these keys, whatever keys you have written. Okay. So what you have to do? Just have to type AWS. You have to type server. Let's you have to pass clear AWS configure. Remember AWS configure. When this will open, this is the first thing it is going to pass it AWS access key. So where I will get it? I get it from here. Like okay, pass me the AWS access key. I'll just pass the key from here. Pass. Then it is asking AWS secret access key. AWS secret access key. Then just pass location AWS secret access key pass, secret key pass, enter. Then it is asking reason. So we should be going and using it our same region, Mumbai. Though you can use whatever region you want to use it. Now there is no foundation for using this one. So uh, let's say we will be having EC2 instances and we will be using the region called AP-South Pune. AP-South Pune. So I'll just pass AP-South. uh, Linux screen is clear to everyone. Very like, is it visible properly? Screens because we have to now we will be go in detail little bit. So it should be visible properly to everyone. Screen size, everything you are able to see it, right?
Sir, is it possible to increase the font size?
You could have told, right? That's the reason. Now tell me when you are seeing in a better form. Better?
Yes, it's better.
Fine. Whenever you guys face some issue, please put me because I might not be able to see it in the way you are seeing it. Okay. So now what exactly it happened? AWS configuration partition. So what we did, we passed the access key, secret key, and a region. Fine. Now from here, what exactly we have to do it? Now we have to start deploying an EC2 instance from EC2 instance itself. Our base server is EC2 instance. Remember, this is the different IP right now. If I'll just type ifconfig, so this is a different IP. Okay, this is which I have deployed manually over the console. Okay, Venkat, this is the one which you have created from the AWS console, not from the CLI. But now we are going to deploy it from the CLI. So when we do from the CLI, what is the first thing we are going to do it? So we will be deploying an instance by passing some parameters. Passing some parameters. So what exactly the parameters which you have to showcase or see that this is here. So let's say I'll just pass this thing. AWS EC2 describe images, honors Amazon filter, name, description, value, Amazon Linux, kernel. So what I'm trying to do is show me the list of images which having a name as description, values, Amazon Linux AMI, from where it is coming. If you see over here, if I'll go to instances, if I'll go on launch instances, if I'll go over downside, and if you see over here, there's a parameter called description, and this is the AMI image. This I am passing is in command now. Okay, this I am passing is in command, so it should give me some output. It should give me some output related to the AMI ID. What is that AMI ID? This is the AMI ID. Like now, whatever the AMI ID the code is picking, it will go and showcase me. It will go and showcase me. Okay. So what exactly I have to do? I have to do enter, enter. So now it is showing me different images. Okay. Well, images one, images two, like this one, it is showing. So over here, it will show me one thing that is called image ID. Image ID. Okay, which we call it as AMI ID. So let me save it into Word. This outputs lets me save it into Word. AMI, I'll just press it, AMI ID. Remember, this is your AMI ID, means a unique ID for your EC2 instance. Okay, make it as of keep this file as an don't. So this is the AMI ID, you got it. Now after getting the AMI ID, what exactly you have to do it? Make it clear. Now after that, what do you used to do it? Lalit, after selecting the AMI ID, what you used to do it in a console in AWS? What was the next
Create a
thing you used?
PMP, sir.
Huh? Before that also. Before that, okay, before that thing also. For creating a key pair, what we used to do it, we used to select the instance type, right? We used to select the instance type. So let's say in our case, we will be using instance type as t2.micro. If I choose that t2.micro, what exactly it will going? It is going to see me the complete set of information. The complete set of information that okay, Ranjit. This is the instance type you have selected, right? You are doing same thing over here, right? You are selecting the instance type. Yes or no? Right? Then you are doing it an instance type as an t2.micro. Let's make it, let's try something else. As of now, it is showing only t2.micro. More thing, this server will go again and again down because now you are doing things from CLI. So just click on duplicate session and always open a new session. Okay. So now let's say what we run, we have run AWS EC2 describe AWS to describe no EC2 describe instances. Hmm. So earlier I chosen t2.py. Let's remove it and just see. So it should showcase me all the different type of EC2 instances. Inferior to .8x large, right? Whatever downside will be there. So it will start showcasing me all of the instance type one by one over there. M5D, XD, M5D large, right? So these are all are the instance types, multiple type of instance type, but we don't want all type of instance. We'll just move it Control C and came out from here. In our case, in our case, the only instance type what we are going to use it, that is we are going to use it the t2.micro as of now. But you can choose it whatever you want to pass it. So if you want to pass any other also, that is also manageable. But the part what we will do, we'll just use t2.micro, t2.micro, and just make it piece and just enter, and you can get the details. You can get the fine. Now, what next after that? EC2 instance selected. Image we have this one. Sorry, AMI ID we have got it over here. That okay, this is the AMI ID. I have to use it. That is for my EC2 instance. Now, what exactly I needed? I need next part is an key. Next part is an key which I will be needing. So what I'll do, I'll just go to into OPT. I'll go to into OPT. Now I have to create an OTP, create an key over there. So what I will be doing it, I just passing a parameter to create the key. Create the key. So when I'll do this part, just say paste. AWS EC2 create key pair, adding a value of key name as in my key pair, which is the name I'm going to create it, and whatever the output will come, go and save into my key pair dot enter. Enter. To see LL, what exactly it has happened? It created a key. I'll just say a command cat my key pair dot. So there is a generic key is going to be created. Fine. Created. Now for an example, I want to create and validate this key, whether it is corrected correctly into this one. So I just want to, anything if you want to see or validate into the AWS command, so the command you said AWS E2 describe for any component. Describe will give you the details. So what exactly it will show that, okay boss, you have created a key pair that is called my key pair, which is available into this key pair ID, which is available into the key pair ID. Okay. Once it is done, now key pair is done. Now key pair is done. Now on the same thing, what exactly you are going to do it? You have to create a security group. You have to create a security group. That is the next step because key pair is now you created. Now you have to create a security group. Remember, when we are creating over here, you are doing, you selected, you started from here, you given a name, you selected description, you have then pass the AMI ID, then you selected the instance type, then you selected the key pair login. Now you are selecting the security group. You are not, you can select the VPC also, but as of now, I'm not showcasing you the VPC part. I'm showcasing you on the default one. So now come over here and now let's say pass a security group parameter. So what exactly it is showing? AWS EC2 create security group, group name, my FFC. So my group name is like, for example, I'm giving, let's change this name. Instead of this one, let's say morning AWS patch security. Okay. This is the name I have given, enter. What exactly it will go? It will give me the security group ID. It will give me the security group ID. So let me save this thing also because this might also, I mean, I might be needing it. Security and just make it as an control. Right? Once security group ID is also created, now what exactly I have to do? Now I have to add few rules. I have to few rules into this security group ID. Right? So let's say this is I paste where I am passing AWS EC2 authorized security group, and here first definitely because this is some older one, so I am passing my name, my this one group ID, group ID. Let's say 767. Okay. Once I pass, I have choose protocol as an TCP port 22 CIDR. Let's keep it as an anyway 000. Enter. What exactly it is showing that okay, you have added a port as an TCP port 22 to this one and the range is 00. So I have added for Linux, but I really want to add something for HTTP also. HTTP also. So let's say I've had ET, the same security group. Okay. Let's say I want to use HTTP also. So add a port called 43. So add. So what I did, I added three different scenarios, three different rules in a security group using the command line itself. Using the command line itself. Fine. Just make it clear. Now for an example, if I want to, if I want to see what exactly the rules have been configured in my security group, so again I will use a describe command. Again, I'm going to use a describe command. So let's say going over here, remove these group IDs and just say what we copied. This is our security group ID. Control C, And let me paste it and paste it. Make it enter. What exactly it will happen? It will show you. Boss, you have created something. Description, allow SSH and STH connection. Group name you have created monitor. Port 80 added, port 22 added, port 443 added. Everything you have added. I like, okay, fine. So what exactly happened now? Within my security group, I have created this part. Now, now let's say you might have noticed I have created a security group. Come on, damn, why these boxes are slow to find it? Okay, clear, clear. Now, what exactly I have to do it now? Now I want to do some actions on this box. Means definitely, if something is doing, let's perform some scripts also. So let's say vi apache script.sh. So I say vi apache script.sh, enter. What you have to do now? You have to pass a bin bash service over there. A bin bash. You have to define something like bin bash. It can denote that okay, this is a shell script. Use this data for the user data. This path install Apache. We are just trying. Nothing we are doing. We are trying to update the package. Then we are installing HTTP. Then we are starting the service and then enabling into the box. When we are as of now, we have not deployed EC2 instance. Remember this thing. We are just as of now preparing a base. Okay. Make it escape colon WQ and just see whether your script is going to be or not. Yes, it is showing. Now from here, we are going to create a EC2 instance in our disk box, and you can create 10, 20, 100, whatever instance you want to create. So let's say, I'll say, I'll say, create an EC2 instance. Let's say, pass and parameter is this one. What exactly I am passing? I'm telling that AWS EC2 run instance. And now my everything is ready. So first, what exactly I have to choose? I have to choose the right AMI ID. Okay, the right AMI ID. So which I have noted down into the beginning of my thing. This is the one A53. So this is my right AMI ID. So I am just copying this AMI ID and passing it. Passed. This is the one. Then it is showing count one. Means how many instances you want to create. I just want one only. I don't want to create more. Okay. Then after that, what exactly it is showing? Okay, which security group you have to pass it. So I just select the security group. So as of now, in our case, we have our own security group, which we will passing it. We will be passing it. This is the security group which we are going to pass it. And let's say pass. Okay, and after that, what exactly it is showing? A user data means what exactly you want to do in this machine. So I want an Apache server to be running. Once I pass the enter, what exactly it is going to be happen? This will actually create a EC2 instance. Enter, enter. So what exactly it is showing now? If you see over here, an AMI image ID is launched. This is the AMI ID which we pass. This is a T2.py. Key pair is my key pair. Availability zone, it picked up AP-South1E, B, fine. This is the IP gotten. And if you see over here somewhere, it is showing pending. Means the box is in pending stage, means the box is in running as of now. Like it's about to do it. So what we'll do, we'll just move out from here. Control C. Control C. Now, what exactly we are into up? So as of now, we are into the same box. Whatever we have created via console, whatever we have created via console. Okay, and so what exactly we pass? We pass a command to create an instance. So what it created or not? Let's check on the UI. Go to EC2 instance, go to instances, and see over here. See over here. This is a new server is getting created using the CLI, and let's call it as CLI server. Let's call it as CLI server. So this is a server which you created from your CLI command. Which you created from your CLI command, right? So once it is created over there, let's try to now connect it. Let's try to connect it. So this is your first server. I just mentioned it. Let's rename it. It's a base server one via console. I'm just giving it as a name. One server, base server one via console. Now, for example, now you want to go and connect to that another one, which we recently created. So just pass OPT. Let's say now we came in over here and I have a key available. So what I'll do, I'll just get chmod 400, then my key pair dot. Let's see whether you are connecting or not, right? Because you have created some security groups also. So let's say SSH hyphen I my key pair EC2 hyphen user at the rate. Let's take the IP. Let's take the IP. The IP of CLI server is 65. The IP of test server which we are connected, that is 52 in the beginning. Okay. So now I'm passing the CLI server paste 65 this one. Make it yes and yes. What exactly it happened? Now you are into the another server of CLI. Notice the difference. 172.31.43, 113, 172.38.225. These two servers now is available. Yes or no? Right? These are the two servers is available over there. Now for an example, this is the one thing. This is your I just forget the name. Just a second. I'm handling. Okay. This is your public IP. Sorry, this is your public IP. So what exactly you have to do now? Just go to over here because you have passed the few things over there. So let's say just pass it over here as an STTT colon / control V enter. What it is actually happened? It actually created a command or a server which is going to do the server itself server itself, right? So that is one thing which you have to do it. Fine, clear. So once the server is getting created, after that you can able to see few of the actions over there. Now for an example, you want to see the details of this server, the details of this server. I'll just paste AWS EC2 describe instance enter. So okay, describe instance. Describe instance. Why that error came? The reason why, because we are into the wrong box. We are into the wrong box. We are into the box which is created via CLI. Where if we pass over here, there it will be describe instances. Sorry, unable to relocate because we just moved out from many things. Why you are getting unable to locate the credentials? Because you are into 225 box, which is a different box. Okay, so let's clear it and let's try in 113 only, which where we were, and just pass it this and says and just pass this command line as an AWS to describe instances and pass. So what happened? This will give you the details of whatever you have created from CLI also, and whatever you have created from the another one also, 52 one also. It will start showcasing. Whatever the instances will be there, it will list it down over here. Everything it will list it down. 65 it is showing, right? Naming convention value is CLI server and make it control and come out from here. Now what exactly happened? You have created the server. This is your CLI server you created. Fine. Now what exactly you have to see? Let's say when we are talking about this CLI part, and in the CLI part we have talked about with the CLI part when it's come to storage now. It's come to storage itself also. When we see a scenario of storage, what exactly it will happen? There is an option called create bucket. Okay, there is an option called create bucket. It's very straightforward. Okay, very straightforward. So what I'll do, I'll just say run sheet underscore. Given a name, ACL is disabled. Block all public address. Fine. So ACL disabled means whatever the objects I told, right? S3 bucket will be having a object based storage, or the EC2 instance will be your normal EBS storage. Okay, so it is an ACL disabled. I'm blocking all the public access, but bucket versioning is disabled. I'll just add a tag. Let's say name, Ranjit, email, DevOps @gmail.com. Okay, and then rest of the things I'm doing it as a default. Okay, always remember in a one single account means in Ranjit's any account, there is only 100 buckets you can create it. If you want to go more, then you have to deploy, you have to request to the server. I'll say create bucket. There is some error came. Bucket name must not contain uppercase. Okay, fine. I'll say Ranjit. I'll say okay, bucket name contain invalid characters, which is so I'll remove this one. So I just give bucket name with same already exists. Okay. Test. Let's say this is the thing I have created. What has happened? Test bucket. This is something new. So I'll try to create bucket. Is it started checking globally? Okay. Let's say uh, system. Fine. A very unique name might not be exist. Generally, earlier it was not there. This is something again new. So AWS also upgrade something. So this is like the U console. I have just created a create bucket. So once I do it, what exactly it will show? It is going to create a bucket. Bucket means my placeholder to store my things over here. I can upload it, download it, and do it. Fine. Now, when I want to see whether this bucket is created or not, I'll just use a command over here, AWS. Let's say duplicate tab again and just put sudo SEO here. I'll say AWS S3 LS. AWS S3 LS. What exactly it is listing me? It is listing me a bucket over there. But okay, this is the bucket what you have created. This is the bucket what you have created. Let's see whether we can able to create or not any bucket. So let's see over here. Well, pass again, and over here my bucket name is, let's say, again I'm trying to create it, uh, prod bucket, and the reason I'm using it, let's say AP hyphen south hyphen one, listen into the AWS AP hyphen south hyphen one. Okay, let's pass enter. Another occur when calling the creation bucket and subfile constraints in computer request was sent. Okay, what is that error? Could be possible the same error what we are seeing it. So let's follow this scenario. What they are seeing it S3 no, S3 prod bucket hyphen region AP hyphen south submit AP hyphen south in capital for the end point. Okay, it is not expecting US hyphen west hyphen region. Okay, okay, maybe as of now we have not defined the permissions for the S3 bucket that the reason it is not creating, but yeah, the command will follow same way which we can create, right? So that is the way we can deploy deploy the EC2 instance, say deploy VPC, deploy S3 bucket, deploy any of the component. You can do it. So remember always, whatever you are doing it from console, it is possible to do it. So in AWS CLI is part of your storage part where you have to configure these all components as an installation itself. Okay, so this is the new way to perform these all components. Fine, understandable, go on top of the head. And this is the security group. For example, what we have created, morning AWS bash security group. The security group rules, what you have created, inbound rules, everything it is showcasing. Right? Similarly, we key pairs, whatever we have created, it is getting saved one into AWS, one into our 1 hour into a local one. This is instance what you have created. So once your every part is done, you can delete it from CLI also, and you can delete it from here also. First part, you have to remove the CLI credentials. You have to come over here and just go to selection, pass action, deleted. Once you are asking, it will ask for deactivate. Okay, I just want to deactivate. Now what it will showing? Pass the access key. Always delete it. Never keep it. Never ever keep these keys to be in an active state. Pass it, paste, and make it delete. Once it is deleted, pretty much fine. Go to again EC2 instances. Go to instances. Over there, just see what exactly it is running. And Virginia is nothing. Mumbai region. You can go select the server, make it action, and just instance state and just say terminate, delete instance. So whatever it is there, it will just start deleting. Don't leave it as it is. Okay. Just go to security groups and just delete the security group also because we don't want one network access is associated where it is. Okay. Still it is in a progress to delete. Okay. So let's say action, delete. Okay. EMI shutting down. So once it will delete, it will clear. So that way your everything will be going to delete. Right? Delete the key pairs. For example, my key pair is deleted. Not required. Delete. Test server. Action. Delete. Pass. Delete. Everything. Delete. Fine. Any doubts? Any question? Any confusion in your mind? Let you feel interesting or not? Is this interesting or not? Then the console part. Now you are moving towards the one which is you are moving from your console from your AWS console now to UI. How's that? Different exposure? Hmm? Fine. So try today. Now, what exactly you have to try? You have to also perform one deployment. You will explore for EC2 only, but only the part you have to select T3 dot type. Okay, instead of T2, you should use T3 and try to perform it. Right? Follow the recording and explore it. Okay, fine for today. We will meet into the evening. Thank you, everyone.